Hey guys, this is Tony within Geek Designs. Today I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk about how do you start a portfolio for a designer that wants to work in the streaming sphere. There's a few ways of doing this. A lot of them just take a lot of work though. That's the main thing. It's going to require a lot of work, and even just to start making a living doing it, it will take a lot. And I don't know if it's for everyone. It's a very competitive space. There's a lot of people that are doing stuff a lot less, and you have to be okay with understanding that. But yeah, let's just get into this one. So start out, let's talk about how to even get all the content for your portfolio. There's a few ways of doing this. The main way that I found that works for everyone, and it also helps get your skills better, or make your skills better, make your skills more defined. And if you have a style and your work's going to be defined by a style, it also allows you to define what that style looks like. And that's just doing either A, free work when you start off, or B, doing just practice work. This may sound really bad if you want to start making this as a living, but if you're a kid in high school, maybe you're still in college, maybe you just got a 9 to 5 and you're looking to get something that will help you in the long term make something of your own, you're probably in the best position as anyone, because you have time on your side. You can do this on the side, you can still live at your parents and not have to worry about making ends meet, and put all your time in practice work, in free work. Start getting your name out there. Start showing, hey, I can do emotes, I can do panels, I can do logos. And it allows you to fill up this portfolio full of work that shows, hey, I've done all this work. Look at what I've done. Some other ways, a lot of people have been getting into streaming war. Maybe one of your buddies is streaming, they need a logo, they need a overlay. Ask them, say, hey, I'll do this for you. Offer for free, but maybe even just do it at a small price. When I started doing this stuff for streaming, I took my work at a pretty steep discount just to get people in the door, just to start getting my name out there. And as I got more and more, I started raising my prices more. This is the best way for you to do it. Allowing people to come in early and get work in and get your name built and get referrals, because a lot of the streaming space is, oddly enough, based off of how you would work in any other space. If someone refers you, you're more likely to get that job than just cold blasting them. I think another thing to focus on is on your portfolio. What do you want to focus on? Do you want to be an emote designer? Do you want to be a panel or a layout designer for streamers? Do you want to do animation, or are you not ready for animation? Do you want to just do mascot logos? What is your main focus? What is your main bread and butter? Like, if you go to my page for content creators, you can tell that I do more of overall branding. So I will look at a channel and say, hey, this is what we need, this is what we're going to go with, this is the overall branding scheme for this. And those are actually designers that are a lot more harder to come by than you would think. Yes, there's a lot of Fiverr designers that are just throwing up the same 4 scenes with the logo and just say offline starting soon. Just same screen, just changing the text. There's dime a dozen those. There's not people sitting there saying, hey, let's look at your logo, let's look at your branding, let's look at your goals and say, how do we make this work best for you and give you a custom product all around. Emote artists, there's a lot of them out there. Some of them do great work, a lot of them do great work, some of them not so much, but hey, everyone has a learning process, everyone has a different skill level. And I don't see any problem with just doing emotes. The thing is, it is very saturated, it is a very noisy market though, so maybe you would have to work a little bit harder to get known in that space. So what is your portfolio? What is your bread and butter for your portfolio? That's a question you need to ask yourself, and it's okay at the start to do all of it. To start figuring out, hey, I can do all this stuff, I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The one thing you don't want to do though is You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. And what I mean by that is you don't want to start working on stuff and then realize, hey, I can't do animated work yet. I don't know that. Don't offer it if you don't know it yet. Maybe that's something that in your free time, you're learning After Effects, you're learning Cinema 4D, you're learning all these tools so that you can then offer them and be comfortable with it. And it's okay to slip in work that is test work into your portfolio. At the end of the day, no one's gonna know. So just slip it in there. Say, hey, here's some recent stuff I did. What do you guys think? Or share it on social media and ask that. Just slip it in your portfolio and say, hey, here's some animated work I've done. It might get you a client, it might not. Or you might have to take a pay decrease to start getting clients to even hone those skills in more. Let's talk platforms for your portfolio. This is something that a lot of people actually gloss over when discussing how to make a portfolio, but it's something that should be talked about a little bit more. I see a lot of streamers that will use Instagram as a portfolio. It's a tool, it's an option. I have some reservations against using Instagram as a platform. I would put Behance over it. It doesn't feel as professional, which for streamers and content creators isn't that big of a deal. But it's a little bit harder to figure out what you're trying to find on Instagram, especially with how the posts are laid out. And I think even Behance gives you a little bit more tools to filter out, hey, here are all my emotes, here are all my panels, here are all my logos. You can organize Behance how you want with projects. So it makes it easier for people that want to look specifically at your logo, specifically at this. They can filter them, they can find them. I'd say Behance is the bottom line. Yes, you should have an Instagram, you should have all your social medias regardless, just so you can share them out, you can get more exposure of your work. But Behance, even Wix or Squarespace are fine. They have free options for you to start out. You can build a good, decent portfolio on them. And then if you want e-commerce and all that stuff, you can add more functionality if your business grows. So they're good options for a majority of the people. Now, if you want more customization, you're more WordPress friendly, you're more tech savvy and that such, there's Webflow, affiliate link down below. There's WordPress. There's plenty of other options for these types of websites. If you want that full customization, you want full control of everything, yes, there are options for that. But I think overall, any of these options are good. So Behance, WordPress, Webflow, Squarespace, Wix. That's like 5 options right off the bat you have to go look and test out and see what you want. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I think that's what I have for this one. When you're starting out and you want to build a portfolio, it's okay to do free work. It's okay to do work at a discounted price to get your foot in the door, to start learning, to start growing, to start having people recognize your work and your name attached to some of these bigger projects later on down the road. I've talked to a few people that have worked in this industry for a bit, and a lot of them did that starting out. And a lot of them are starting to now have worked with some of the biggest names that you probably even know. I think there's a part of creators that we have to get what we're worth right out the bat. And that's just not the case. And I think today, in this industry specifically, it has been even harder for that to exist with options like Fiverr. A lot of people overseas will do, decent work for majority of the people for a fifth of the cost of what people in the United States want to pay or want to charge. And that's a tough option to deal with for the bottom percentage of streamers. Because they're starting out, they are very cautious about how much they're charging. There's a lot of risk to do Fiverr. I will be 100% honest. I'll make a whole video on Fiverr and some of the risks and concerns of working with them. But there is some concerns with it. But you have to understand that if this is your end goal, you have to be in the long haul. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of practice. It's going to be a lot of getting paid less than you need to get paid more in the long term. And I think it doesn't have to be that way for like, if you're starting out, you shouldn't be being paid less for 5 years. Every year you should evaluate, say, okay, let's say you charge $5 for a logo, or $5 for an emote. Let's start with emotes. So you're charging $5 emotes to build your portfolio. At the end of the year, you evaluate how many people did not even seem that was a lot. If it's more than majority, up it another $5, say $10 an emote. At the end of that year, people still didn't question your prices, up at another $5. Now you're at $15 an emote. Up at another $10 next year. You're up to $25 an emote. Slowly test the prices. Eventually the market will decide, hey, your prices are about here, your quality of work's about here. I think this is good. Once your quality of work dips past where the your price is, the market just won't pay for it anymore. So over time, the market will decide what your value is. And the more people you have behind you saying this is quality work, and quality work doesn't just mean the artwork. It means service. It means how quick were you to respond? How quick were you with your mock-up sketches? How honest were you with your delivery time? All these aspects go into it to decide if you are a quality artist and designer. But I hope this helped you guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you get at least some start of a portfolio. Even if it's just a test portfolio, you know, getting all that test work in, getting all that practice work in. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, just leave them down in the comments down there, and I'll get down there with you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.